This is kind of a tough day. I am walking down towards the van in Andy's parents' neighborhood. We parked it down here by the mailbox, so it'd be out of the way because these are like little cottage type homes and they don't have a lot of parking. But today is the day that I am going to head off on my own for the first time since the van build is done. Andy has a new job that we're both really excited about. He's going to be working with an outdoor gear company that we both love and respect. We wear a lot of their products. And yeah, so I'm super excited for him that he's landed a position with a company that he's wanted to work with for a really long time. It is remote, which is awesome, but at the same time, he needs to get set up, train, learn the job, all those kind of things. So he's going to stay stationary for a little bit. And then we're going to figure out if he can rejoin the travel crew. So we will see. And I'm also still very much on the fence about the PCT thru-hike. Oh my goodness. I'd love to do it, but I've got so much going on in my life right now, some family issues, medical issues, all that kind of stuff, that I am really, really struggling with this decision. So I will tell you more about that later once I get set up in my camp tonight. But for now, it's time to load up the van and say some goodbyes, or at least some see you soons. Well, this is the view out the back of my campsite. I am on Lake Allatoona in Georgia, just outside Atlanta, Red Top Mountain State Park. And I've been here several times to hike and for other things, but I have not actually camped here, so I'm pretty excited. Forrest, are you excited to camp? You excited? Forrest and I had a pretty busy day today. After we packed up the van and said goodbye to Andy and his parents, I went to storage, where all my worldly possessions are, and went digging through all my backpacking stuff to see what I've got that's on my checklist for PCT hiking and figure out what gear I need to take, what gear I need to replace, that sort of thing. So I've got a whole van full of backpacking gear right over there. And one of my projects for the next few days is going to be to go through that and see really what's going to work and what's not. I also brought my 2 tents, my Nema Hornet, and then I also have a Dyneema Skyscape Trekker that I bought secondhand. It's a 1-person tent. It weighs about a pound, which would be awesome, but I don't like that it's only got one door, and you know, it's a single-sided tent since it's Dyneema, so you don't have a lot of views, and I'd love to be able to just camp out without my rain fly on and enjoy the views. So we will see if I actually get out on the PCT, which one I decide is the best for me. Before I make that decision to go, I've got a lot on my mind. Well, pros and cons, a lot of pros and cons. Cons are the things that are really holding me back, and one of those is just my parents' health issues. And so I'm like, wow, is it the right time for me to just take off for 5 months and hike? I don't know. Really, really wrestling with that decision. And then also my own health. I've got a few things. I've been doing a lot of just tests and doctor's appointments and things like that to make sure I've got a clean bill of health. Based on an appointment I had this afternoon, I'm going to have to make some pretty severe dietary changes. Yeah, give up basically everything that I like to eat. So yeah, I won't be eating, but maybe I'll lose some weight. So Forrest, no, we're talking. Shh. Somebody over there's not happy right now. I've got one more test next week just to make sure everything is good, and we'll see how that goes. But it's not good, even though I feel good, it's not good to wonder if everything is right on the inside. So I want to get all that squared away before I go. So on the pro side, Andy is going to be in one place for a while, and he can take the dog. So Forrest would have a happy home with somebody he loves, which would be awesome. Andy's got a job, so he's going to be busy, and he doesn't mind supporting me, can send me packages and that sort of thing if I need them. And my brother is willing to let me park the van on his property, so that would take care of where the van goes. So there's pluses and minuses each way. Another con is just the early start date. I don't have a lot of snow experience. I don't have alpine experience, so that would all be new for me, and I definitely don't want to put myself in a position where I could get hurt. I do still have the osteopenia, so I don't want to fall, I don't want to break any bones, I definitely don't want to get helicoptered out. Kind of what I'm thinking right now is that if I can get all my gear together, if things come together health-wise over the next month, maybe I'll just fly out to San Diego and just start hiking on my start date and see where I end up. When I did the AT, I was bound and determined that I was going to go the whole way. Didn't want to let go of that dream, even though I had to jump around a lot and I had a lot of things telling me that it wasn't going to happen. This year, maybe it's a different approach. Maybe I'm just like, well, let's see what we can do. Let's go have fun. I just made myself a nice little fire right as the sun is going down over there. Actually, it's going down. You can't see it. And Forrest is giving me that, Mom, you know I don't like fire look. Yeah, Mom, I don't like fire. He always goes as far away as he can. So he didn't like it. Poor boy. Yeah, it's not a bad little start. First night out alone. Forrest, did you sleep well in your little nest? You had a good night, buddy? I know you're warm, but you kept kicking off your covers. He's been out to go potty already, so he's going back to sleep for round 2. Just woke up. Nothing like a steaming hot cup of coffee in the morning. Especially my effing birds mug, which I know effing birds is not for everybody. For some reason, it just tickles my funny bone. And I'm heating up some water with my camp stove to make some good old hiker oatmeal for breakfast. It's literally hiker oatmeal. It was gifted to me by Wanderer who didn't have room in his pack. So that's my breakfast today. Looks like time. Yep, we got a boil. Turn this little baby off and make oatmeal. Well, my oatmeal needs to sit for just a bit. It's not the same as microwave oatmeal when you do it on the stove, so I'll wait and enjoy my coffee. I don't have a heater in the van, so I'm all snuggled up. I grabbed my blanket off the bed. Got my bench seat all set up. You can see I've got my pillows and everything, and I am surrounded by backpacking gear, which I'm going to go through today, planning for the PCT Thru-Hike. Still waffling. I'm waffling every day. I've never been so indecisive, I don't think, about any decision in my life, but it will become clear, I'm sure. So I'm going to work on that today, take Forrest for a nice long hike, 3 or 4 miles probably, and yeah, just do some other things around camp, some organizing, planning, thinking. Being is important. Well, I found the comfort station. There are folks working all over the place here because they're building new comfort stations, which is pretty sweet. And I am amazed that I did not hear any of that goings on. And I feel sorry for the people in the tent right there, especially if they're still sleeping, but it's a little after 9, so hopefully they're up. It's just a little walk back to the campsite from here, down that windy road. The sites in this stretch of the campground at Red Top Mountain are pretty well dispersed. There's some up on the hill there that in the wintertime probably have a nice view of the creek, the water. This wall is part of the improvements they've been doing, and it's nice and quiet over where I am. You can just barely see the van through the trees there. Right after I made that comment about the poor people in the tent, I walked by and they've got 2 absolutely beautiful German Shepherd dogs, and they were sitting outside and they were being so good. I know if those folks were running a bobcat or a bulldozer right next to my van, Forrest would be going crazy, absolutely crazy. Kudos to this very well-behaved dogs. Bonus point for the guy that camped there. I hope they gave him a discount on his site. He deserves it. There's construction going on everywhere. Forrest and I are out for a little training hike this morning, and he's wearing his gentle leader, but I think he's figured out the code. He still pulls. At least he's pulling right now because he's so excited to be out on a hike. He's got to stop and smell everything too. I am excited to be out because I am testing some shoes. These are my La Sportiva 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐻𝑎s, which unfortunately are not being made anymore. I found them when I was hiking the AT, and they really worked well for me. They kind of solved all my foot problems once I put some insoles in them as well. And I really liked them. The pair I have now I bought in anticipation of doing the long trail, which if you've been following me, you know I tried to do, or planned to do, 3 years in a row and didn't get it done because of life. Just, yeah, life, right? Sometimes it intervenes with hiking plans. Anyway, love the La Sportivas, but they don't make them anymore, so I can't get any more. So I'm looking at other shoes, and I tried out the Topos yesterday. I have some just regular Topo shoes that I really like for everyday wear, but they're not hiking shoes. So I tried out the Mountain Racer. I tried on a couple of other pairs, but they're a little too small, so I sent them back and got the Mountain Racer, which is the closest profile to the shoe that I have that I really like. And I'm also going to try I believe it's the Ultra Venture Pro. I got a set of those on order. And hopefully I'll get my shoe game figured out pretty quick because my start date for the PCT is coming up really fast. Just barely more than a month away. 5 weeks, I think. So, yeah, 5 weeks from Saturday. Oh, I'm not ready, but I will be ready one way or another. It is a rainy Thursday at Red Top Mountain. Heading back to the van. Thankfully it's dreary and drizzly, but it's not cold this morning, so I'm happy about that. I am here at the campground until tomorrow morning, So I'm gonna just snuggle up in the van with coffee, tea, soup, whatever, and get some work done. We have internet here. I haven't tried it yet though because I've been able to use the hotspot on my phone, but they do have internet here that you can pay for if you want Wi-Fi. So anyway, I'm gonna test that out just for fun. And yeah, hopefully I'll get a lot of work done. Thank you for being with me and thank you for support. If you'd like to support my hike, you can support it on Patreon. That will help me not only hike, but also keep creating videos. So if you like these videos, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.